Okay, this is another example of finding the equation of a line, given some information about that line. In previous videos, we've covered finding the equation of a line when you're given 2 points. So you're given a line, you're given 2 points that it passes through, and then you find the equation from there. We also did an example where you were given 1 point and you were given the slope of that line. This example is a little bit different. You're actually given 1 point that the line passes through, so you know that it passes through the point -1 comma -1, but you want to find the equation of a line that is parallel to a line given by this equation right here. Another common question that teachers ask is find the equation of a line that is not parallel but perpendicular to a line given the equation right there. So very similar to our earlier discussions about lines, really what we need for slope-intercept at least is we need our b value, we need our y-intercept, and we need our slope. Standard form can be derived from slope-intercept, and then of course the point slope of a line, we need a point that passes through that line, or a point that the line passes through, and the slope as well. So our first order of business should definitely still be to find the slope of our line. So this brings me to an important point, and it's just kind of something that you kind of have to know, and that is, let's first do parallel lines. Is that parallel lines, a property of parallel lines is that they have the same slope. So this is kind of a quick drawing, but imagine that these two lines are perfectly parallel. They might have different y-intercepts, but they're going to follow the same slope. So these lines are going to go on and on forever, and they're not going to cross. So parallel lines will have the same slope. So for this example here, we want to find an equation of a line that's parallel to this line. So that means that our line better have the same slope that is given by this equation here. So using our knowledge of slope-intercept form, we know that this is our m right in here, that our m is going to be 4 because y equals mx plus b. So this particular line is going to cross the y-axis at +7 and have a slope of 4. However, this 7 isn't too important to us. We just need to know that this has a slope of 4. And then this just becomes a similar problem that we've done before, where we're given the slope and we're given a point that line crosses through, and then it's just our job from there on out to find whatever form is being asked for. For the sake of time, I'm going to just do point slope form for these two examples, and then you can go back to the earlier videos if you're confused on how to get the other two forms of the line. So we know point slope form right here. We need a point, right? And then we need a slope. So we know what our slope is, and then in the problem we're given the point. So let's go ahead and just fill in our point slope form super quick. We know that it's going to be y minus y naught. So our y coordinate of the point that we're given here is -1. So y minus -1 is going to equal our m, right, which is 4 times x minus x naught, and x naught here is also -1. So just to make this a little bit more clear, our y naught is this guy right here, our x naught is that right there, and our slope, our m, is that 4. So we just kind of went through and plugged in to this general formula here. So then if we wanted to simplify a little bit further, both of these negatives would just become a plus. So our final answer is going to be y plus 1 equals 4 times x plus 1. And that's going to be our final point slope form. Now, from here, you can take this information and get it into slope intercept and standard